welcome to our English class. We have been discussing the one act play, The Proposal, written by Anton Chekhov, the Russian writer. I hope you all remember the things that we learned last days. Okay, where we stopped in the last class in page number 149. Okay, and the dispute on Oxen Meadows still continues between Natalia Stepanovna and Ivan Vasilevich. Do you remember? Yes. Now, who is entering into that scene? Chubukov. Chubukov is entering into the scene and he is also claiming that Oxen Meadows are his. Okay. Shall we continue the lesson? Yes. Page number 150. Lomo, but please, Stepan Stepanovich, how can they be yours? Do be a reasonable man. My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's peasants. The peasants used the land for 40 years and got accustomed to it as if it was their own. When it happened that, Lomo questions the claim made by Chubukov. Chubukov is also claiming that Oxen Meadows are Chubukov's. And now Lomo is questioning that, and he is again telling the same thing. That means when his aunt's grandmother has given the free use of Oxen Meadows for the peasants in return of bricks, then he is telling the same tale. Okay. Then who is interrupting? Chubukov is interrupting and saying, "Excuse me, my precious, you forget just this that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that because the meadows were in dispute and so on. And now everybody knows that they are ours. It means that you haven't seen the plan." Okay, Chubukov is interrupting him and saying that, "Excuse me, please stop it and just listen to me. What your grandmother, your aunt's grandmother didn't get the bricks back. Why? Peasants not paid her bricks back. Why? Just because that land was on dispute. Now everybody knows that the land is Chubukov's." Lomo, I'll prove to you that they are mine. Chubukov, you won't prove it, my darling. Lomo, I shall. Then Lomo is saying that I can prove it. And then Chubukov is saying that no, you will not prove it. Then again Lomo is saying that I am able to prove it. Chubukov, dear one, why yell like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. I don't want anything of yours and you don't intend to give up what I have. Why should I? And you know, my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I would much sooner give up the meadows to the peasants than to you. There. No more. I don't understand. How have you the right to keep away somebody else's property? Chubukov is saying that, dear one, my pretty fellow, why you are yelling like this? What is the meaning of yell? Making a loud cry. Why you are making this much sound or arguing this thing? Exactly, absolutely, those land is ours, no doubt at all. And I don't want anybody's land. I'm not trying to grab anybody else's property, but I'm just telling that it was ours. And my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing like this, I will give that land for peasants. Peasants means the farmers. To farmers, I'll give the land. Then Lomo is asking, I can't understand you, how you are able to give somebody else's property to somebody else, and how it is possible to give that land, that's not yours, and how it is possible to give to peasants. Chubukov, you may take it that I know whether I have the right or not, because young man, I'm not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice, and so on. Young man, I'm twice your age and ask you to speak to me without agitating yourself and all that. And Chubukov is getting very much agitated just because of the tone that Lomo is taking against him. That means he is not polite and he is speaking in a disrespectful manner. So Chubukov is asking him to be polite and speak with some more respect, because he is twice as the age of Lomo. Okay. Lomo, no, you just think I am fool and want to have me on. You call me lands yours and then you want me to talk to you calmly and politely. Good neighbors don't behave like that, Stepan Stepanovich. You are not a good neighbor, you are a grabber. Then Lomo is saying that I am impolite just because of the way that you treat me. You are not treating me with good respect and you are not a good neighbor now. And good neighbors won't behave like this. So you are not a good neighbor, you are just a grabber. Then Chubuko, what's that? What did you say? He's asking, what do you say? Are you dead to say it once again? Natalia, Papa, send the mowers out to meadows at once. Chubuko, what did you say, sir? Natalia, oxen, meadows are ours and I shall give them up. Shan't give them up. Shan't give them up. Lomo, well see, I have the matter taken to court and then I'll show you. Chubuko, to court. You can take it to court and all that you can. I know you. You are just on the lookout for a chance to go to court and all that. You petty fogger. All your people were like that, all of them. And here Chubukov is insisting him to say it once again. He called him, Lomo called Chubukov was grabber. And Natalia is asking his father to send the mowers, those who are cutting the grass, right now to the oxen meadows for cutting the grass. Then Lomov is saying that I'll take this matter to court. Then Chubukov is saying, yes, you can. You are free to take this to court, and you are a petty fogger. What is the meaning of petty fogger? Petty fogger means an inferior legal practitioner. Okay, an inferior legal practitioner. You people, your family is full of like this kind of a people, and we know that. Right? You petty fogger, you are free to take this case to court. You can, and whatever you want to do, you do it. Lomo, never mind about my people. The Lomos have all been honorable people and not one has ever been tried for embezzlement like your grandfather. Chubuko, you Lomo have had lunacy in your family, all of you. Natalia, all. That means they were now, at first the dispute was on oxen meadows, now they were telling about their family members. Lomov is telling about Chubukov's family and calling them as embezzlement. That means Chubukov's grandfather did embezzlement. What is the meaning of embezzlement? Theft or what? Misappropriation of funds. Okay, he was accused of misappropriation of funds. So Lomov is saying that your grandfather did embezzlement. Then Chubukov is saying that all Lomos family members having lunacy. Lunacy means mental illness. All the one having mental illness or they are insane or irrational in their approach and in their behavior. So Natalia is also accepting and agreeing her father's opinion. Chubukov, your grandfather was a drunkard and your younger aunt Nadastia Mikhailovna ran away with their architect and so on. Again they are telling about the family details. And your grandfather was a drunkard and your younger aunt Natasha went with an architect, ran away with eloped with an architect. Lomo, and your mother was humpbacked, clutches at his heart, something pulling in my side, my head, help water. Now Lomo is getting his palpitation, that heartbeats, increasing his heartbeats and something is pulling in his head and he is now getting some distractions in his body and he is asking for help and water. Natalia, and there haven't been many backbitters to equal your aunt. There is in this village there is nobody else who is speaking spiteful than your aunt. Chubuko, my left foot has gone to sleep. You are an intruder. Oh, my heart. And it's an open secret that before the last elections you were, I can see stars. There is my hat. Natalia, it's slow, it's dishonest, it's me. They were they were telling or they were calling names on whom? Names on this man, Ivan Vasilevich. And his left foot is going numb now. Natalia is saying that his act is very low, dishonest and mean. Then Chubukov, and you are just a malicious, double-faced intruder. Yes, Lumo, here is my hand, my heart. Which way? Where is the door? Oh, I think I am dying. My foot is quite numb. The word numb means deprived of physical senses. Okay, numb means deprived of physical senses. He is getting some physical distractions in his body and he is getting his hat and he is trying to get away from that hole. And so he is trying to find the door. Where is the door? And Chubukov is following him and saying that, and don't set food in my house again. Okay, don't come here again. Go away from here. Natalia, take it to court. We will see. Okay, take this matter to court and let us see what will happen. Natalia, what a rascal! What trust can one have in one's neighbors after that? Chubukov, the villain, the scarecrow. Natalia, the monster. First he takes our land and then he has the impudence to abuse us. Okay, and they were continuously calling names on him, and Natalia is saying that first he has taken our land. Now he is very much there to abuse us. Okay, Chubukov, and that blind friend, yes, that turnip ghost has the confounded cheek to make a proposal and so on. What a proposal! Chubukov is saying that okay, that scoundrel had came here with a proposal. What a proposal! Natalia is surprised and she is asking, what proposal? Chubukov, why he came here to propose to you? Natalia, to propose to me. Why didn't you tell me so before? She is saying, realizing that he came there for proposing her, and she is asking to her father that why didn't you tell this matter to me before? And Chubukov, so he dressed up in evening clothes, the stuffed sausage, the basin faced from, and again Chubukov is calling names on him and showing his frustration or that anger to him. But Natalia was surprised to propose me. Why didn't you tell this to me before? Page number 152. Natalia, to propose to me. Holds into an easy chair and wails. Bring him back. Bring him here. Natalia's entire behavior changes now. By realizing that he came to propose her. Now she is asking her father to bring him back to her house. Okay. Chubukov, bring whom here? He didn't get. And he is asking, bring whom you are intending. Natalia, quick, I will fetch him. Again, hysteric, and she is losing the senses and she is again saying, bring him back. I am getting ill. I am very much tired. Chubukov, what's that? What's the matter with you? Clutches at his head. Oh, unhappy man that I am. I'll shoot myself. I'll hang myself. We have done for her. Okay, what all things that we have done now and how we will get him back again to our home. And what's the matter with you? Chubukov is asking to his daughter. Natalia, I am dying. Fetch him. Chubukov, at once, don't yell. And Natalia again insisting him to bring him back. Then Chubukov, no need to yell. Don't yell. No need to ask. He is asking his daughter to be calm and down and stop crying, stop yelling. Natalia Stepanova wails, what have they done to me? Fetch him back. And now Natalia is blaming her father for behaving like this. And she is asking, what you have done to me? Fetch him back, bring him back to our home. Chubukov, he is coming, and so on. They will take him out. Talk to him yourself. I don't want to. Natalia, fetch him. Chubukov, he is coming. I tell you. Oh, what a burden, Lord, to be father of a grown-up daughter. I'll cut my throat. I'll indeed. We cursed him, abused him, drove him out. And it's all you. And Natalia again and again insisting her father to bring him back, and Chubukov now already called him, and he is now coming back to their house. And Natalia blamed her father for driving out him from their home. But Chubukov is telling that it's not the mistake of me, but you started all the dispute and I just joined with you. And it is very much disturbing, or it is at the same time a curse and a burden to be a father of a grown-up lady or grown-up daughter. And now you can talk with him. I cannot, and I will not. Natalia, no, it was you. Natalia blames her father again for abusing Ivan Vasilievich. Chubukov, I tell you, it's not my fault. Now you talk to him. Now Lomo appears there, and Chubukov is leaving the scene, and then he is asking Natalia to speak. Okay, you can talk, I will know. Lomo, Lumo enters exhausted. My heart's palpitating awfully. My foot's gone to sleep. There is something that keeps pulling in my side. And Lumo is explaining his condition that what happened, his heart was palpitating, heartbeats are increasing. And one of his foot lost the physical sensation for some time, not always. For some time it lost the physical sensation, and there is something that keeps pulling in my side, one of his side. Something is there pulling. And Natalia is saying, forgive us, Ivan Vasilovich, we were all a little heated. I remember now, Oxen Meadows really are yours. She is now changing her tone and attitude and now explaining that Oxen Meadows are really yours. Lumo, my heart's beating awfully. My meadows, my eyebrows are both twitching. Again, Lumo is continuing with the Oxen Meadows. He is saying, my heart beating awfully. The pace, the speed, it was increasing. And in between that too, he is telling about his meadows, my meadows. And again he is changing, or he is discussing about his health. My eyebrows are both twitching. That means the eyebrows are now moving, and it is very much distracting for me. And Natalia, the meadows are yours. Yes, yours. Do sit down. Okay, Natalia is now calm and quiet and accepting that those Oxen Meadows are yours. Please be seated here. Lumo, I did it on principle. My land is worth little to me, but the principle. Lumo is saying that I was saying and I was acting on principle, and it was just my land is worth little to me, but the principle, it matters. Natalia, yes, the principle. Just so. Now let's talk of something else. Lumo, the more so as I have evidence. My aunt's grandmother gave the land to your father's grandfather's presents. Natalia, yes, let that pass. Aside, I wish I knew how to get him started. Aloud, are you going to start shooting soon? Natalia is very much tricky, and she is now trying to change the matter, and she's whatever she is trying, but Lumo is continuing on. Still, he is thinking about the Oxen Meadows and telling the same tale of his aunt's grandmother and Chubukov's grandfather, and the same tale he is again telling. But Natalia is telling that okay, leave it now. We can talk about something else. She is trying to change the matter, and she wants to make him to propose her. So she is trying to change the matter and asking, "Are you going to start shooting soon?" Okay, she is trying to change the matter. She is asking about the shooting. Okay. We can discuss the rest of the things tomorrow. Thank you.